Some experts say texting while driving can be as dangerous as drinking and driving. Cities, counties, and states have enacted texting bans because they know how important it is to keep your eyes on the road.
And that includes Cincinnati. It became law nearly 6 months ago. So you would expect such an important law would be enforced regularly, right? That's what we wanted to find out.
Well, there's no question that texting while driving is a major distraction for drivers, and you see this nationally, and there's lots of evidence and statistics to support it, particularly for young people that don't understand necessarily what it means to be distracted from the wheel, even for a split second.
A year ago, Cincinnati City Councilman Chris Sports championed a texting while driving ban. He was passionate, and he got the votes.
This is about protecting people from what could ultimately be a life and death choice.
By October, it was law, but since then,
4 people have received citations. 4 people. Does that bother you?
Yeah, it's really discouraging that there's only been 4 citations so far. I mean, the whole point of this was to try to send a message to the community that texting and driving is a dangerous thing, and the only way you can send that message is if you enforce the law.
We all understand the need of the cell phone and the convenience of it.
Lieutenant Bruce Hoffbauer is the traffic unit coordinator for the Cincinnati Police Department. His team writes the tickets, and he says this is not the easiest law to enforce.
Sometimes when you pull up alongside of a car, you can't see what a person's doing. They could be straightening their pant leg. They could be looking down at their phone if it's ringing. So although we're riding next to somebody, you might not see exactly what they're doing down below the steering wheel or down on the seat.
So is that it? We can just text and no one really is going to notice. Not likely, at least if you look at the national data. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration found that states like New York and Connecticut, who've had bans in effect since 2001 and 2005 respectively, have seen significant drops in texting while driving. A 68% decline in Hartford, a 42% drop in Syracuse.
Law enforcement has to start somewhere. So because there's only been a few citations issued, I don't look at that as it's not working or it's a difficult thing. I look at it as, one, maybe the message is getting out there, and maybe the motoring public is paying attention. And if there's some things that we need to do in the future to amend this in some way, then the lawmakers will have to look at that in the future.
And that may be the case. Connecticut's law bans handheld devices. That's not the case here. Under our current law, you can still legally dial your phone. You can also look up a map on your phone, but you cannot type in a destination and you cannot text. So could we see a handheld device ban become part of Cincinnati's law? I spoke with Councilmember Chris Sports this afternoon. He says it's definitely something worth exploring.
And you know, we've all tried to dial somebody while we're driving. That's not that smart either.
Yeah, no, right. But it's
really
legal, and that's what's hard for the police to determine. Are they dialing or are they texting?
Great story pointing it out to us. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Sure.
It's good to know.
Yep.